Guys, Joe Robert here. We're going to go ahead and make a PPE campaign right now and show you guys how to do this. And it's surprisingly very, very simple. Probably the biggest test and the toughest part about this is going through and making sure that you have the right audiences. I'm going to show you guys how I do it. I'm going to show you guys the ad copy that I use, and I would recommend just do everything that I am doing. Don't stray at all. Don't do anything differently and try to, think that you're exploring. Like when you guys are just starting, do do exactly what I am doing right now. And then as you guys get more familiar with this, that's when you can go out and you can try to test some different things and see if small tweaks here and there will work better for your niche. Like I keep saying throughout this program, I am trying to give you guys a foundation and I'm trying to show you guys how to use this tool so that way in the future, as you guys learn it, you can do different things that adapt better for your business or for your niche or for your product and what have you. So when you go into your ads manager and you click new campaign, this is where it's going to bring you. For PPE, we're going to select engagement. And then down here, I've already gone through and kind of filled some of this stuff out, so I can go through a little bit faster for you guys. But you would type in your campaign name. So I just wrote PPE test campaign. Leave all of this stuff alone, and then just click continue. And it's going to bring you to the next part where you are going to start selecting your ad set or your audience that you have already created before doing this. So I just selected a random audience that I had in here as a test audience to show you guys. So you select that in and it'll show you, what the targeting is. So you make sure you have the right one. Over here on the side, it's going to do the same thing. It's going to show you the size and stuff like that. Don't really pay too much attention to this. This is not always accurate, but basically it's saying, like Facebook is saying, hey, we estimate that that this ad will, reach between 2,000 to 8,000 people daily, and that 66 to 370 will engage with it. I say don't pay attention to it too much because I don't find Facebook to be that great at estimating, and then B, those are pretty big ranges between 2,000 and 8,000, and then 66 to 370. Those are some pretty big ages, so I wouldn't really focus too much on that. I don't think it's great to dwell on that. We're gonna test and we're gonna see how it works. Up here, I would type something that will allow you to know exactly what audience this is. So for the sake of this, the audience that I'm using is called hunting 10, 40 to 50. So I would just do hunting 10 and then maybe 40 to 50 male, like that, or something like that. Just do something that's going to allow you to know exactly what the audience is based on what you type here. There's no right or wrong way to do this. You could literally just type A if you wanted to, but if you want to get a little bit more specific so you knew exactly what you're looking at, you could do that. Down here, for the sake of PPE, you're going to edit the placement. You're going to change this to just mobile. So we're going to unclick desktop and we're going to unclick connected TV. So now mobile only is selected. And then you're going to unselect everything besides feeds. So you are only showing this to people on mobile on Facebook feed for PPE. Don't do anything differently. As you guys get more comfortable with this, you can switch it up if you want, but for the sake of learning this and following this simple process, this is what you're going to do, is mobile feeds, okay? Down here, we do PPE with a $1 daily budget, so you can click 1. Leave this all mobile devices. You can switch this and you can pick certain placements of Android devices only or iOS, whatever. Leave it on all for now. Don't change any of that. Leave all of this default. Don't change any of it, and just change this to $1 daily budget, Facebook mobile feeds, and then that is it for this page. Okay. Remember, leave all this default. And now on the next one, you can pick, what your ad's actually going to look like. You select the Facebook page that you want to show the ad. You select single image, single video, single slideshow. A lot of times people make the mistake of running PPE ads with a video, and I'll tell you why you don't want to do that, and that's because Facebook is going to count any video view as an engagement on the ad. So when we're trying to judge with a PPE, remember for PPE, we're trying to gauge how many people in the audience are going to engage with our content, and if we are having Facebook counting video views as engagements, well, just because people are watching the video doesn't mean that they are resonating with the content. And if they watch it for 1 second as they're scrolling, Facebook is going to count that as an engagement, and your data is going to get thrown off. So for PPE, only use images, never use a video. So I have single image selected. You then are going to come down here. This is just a test image that I threw in here to show you guys. But you have it in here, you load it in, and this is the ad copy that I always use for PPE. I always do an emoji. I just did a sunglass emoji for the sake of it. You guys could do whatever you want, and just make sure that it fits your niche. So let's say that you're in some sort of a patriotic niche. Maybe you want to do an American flag. I'm just gonna go find the flag real quick. Or maybe I'm not. It might be a little bit different, but it might be a little difficult. But so I would do a flag. If you're in a niche, let's say you're selling something to do with basketball or weightlifting, then put that in there. If you're in golf or ice skating or whatever, you put that emoji in there. Just make whatever emoji you use related to your niche. Don't do something, weird, and don't do an emoji either. I see a lot of times people will pick an emoji that is tough to see what it actually is. Some of that might not make sense, but some of these emojis are kind of difficult to, understand what it is just at first glance. So make sure whatever emoji you're using, all I'm saying is make sure whatever you're using makes sense and that the customer, knows exactly what it is. For the first line here, you're going to do a niche specific short sentence. So let's say that we were, in the hunting niche or something like that. Or maybe not hunting. Let me just think of something else because I want to be able to give you guys a good thing to put there. Let's say that you're in the patriotic niche, okay? You could do I stand for the flag, exclamation point, okay? And let's say it was a hoodie. You could do get this product name now. You would change this and you'd go hoodie, okay? And then we'd put the link here to the product, okay? Super simple. Don't stray from this. Don't try to get fancy and add multiple lines. Don't add tons of emojis. I've seen sometimes people, they'll do the link twice or something like that. Like, don't do any of that stuff. Don't get fancy. Just keep it simple. The idea is to have a little bit of text here and to let them know that this is a link so that they can click it if they want. But the idea is to see if they will resonate with this link or this image here. Whatever you have here is what you want them to do. So that is what you're going to do. Over here, call to action. A lot of you could put something here, but I recommend no button. Don't put if I do this, it's going to pop up down on the bottom. It'll say shop now. Or actually, for some reason, I don't know why it's not, but you would do no button. Okay. And that is exactly how you do a PPE test. Nothing else to it. It's pretty simple. Make sure the Facebook pixel is off. No rhyme or reason why, but just turn it off. That way you don't cloud your data. And then, obviously I have too much text because it's, not a real image, but then you'd click confirm. Okay. That is it for PPE. Do exactly everything that I just showed you guys and don't stray from it until you guys are more comfortable with launching ads, because this is the system to launch a successful PPE test. And not every single one of them is going to be great. It's all based on product and targeting, but this is the bare bones basics of how to go in and how to set one up. So if you guys have any questions, reach out.